Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday. I wanted to start the vlog off with something that I didn't mention yesterday, but is a wild experience and I wanted to share. I have a Band-Aid on my finger, and it's because while we were out yesterday, there was a point in time where I had put my hand into my pocket, and when I put my hand in my pocket, I felt a very sharp sting on my finger, and I was like, oh, that hurt. And I pulled my hand out, and when I did, there was a fair bit of blood. And we were in a store at the time, and I was just staring at my finger, and I was like, what on earth happened? So I used my other hand and tried to turn my pocket inside out to look and see what did I cut my finger on in my pocket? And there wasn't anything. There wasn't anything in my pocket. And I really tore a good bit of my skin off. And what it looked like I had a hangnail, but I definitely didn't. It looked like if you had a hangnail and you ripped it up, but I didn't have a hangnail, which means my guess is that when I went to put my hand in my pocket, there must have been some part of the pants, like the inside stitching, that my finger just caught on, and it ripped the skin off of my finger. And it was pretty deep, and there was a lot of blood in the store, and I was definitely like, this is really bad. This is a bad situation. Yeah, that happened, and it's just weird because if I would have had a hangnail, I would have kind of understood oh, it got caught on that, but that's not what occurred. I didn't have a hangnail. I just managed to freakishly cut my finger just by putting my hand in my pants pocket. And that's stupid. Almost as a bad omen, the day before or that morning, one of the two, the front button for my pants had actually fallen off. And I had still been wearing the pants, but I had been keeping them held up with a belt. And of course, shortly after, I ended up cutting myself on the pants. So clearly the pants are cursed. I think that's the only logical, rational takeaway, is that the pants are cursed. So I don't know that I should be wearing them again. I'm not sure. Anyway, my finger is doing a little bit better today. At least it doesn't hurt so much. Zurich Shag Rugs. Soft, non-shedding, durable, and stain resistant. Okay, well, these will certainly help with sound. We decided to get the Shag Rug. Except we got another one. We got two Shag Rugs. We have the Shag. And the idea behind the Shag over a normal rug is that it's going to do a little bit better job of absorbing some of the sound. Because as a reminder, we want to do streaming in the loft. And we did the measurements in the store. And we're like, yeah, it seems like this should work. So we're going to lay these rugs out. And it should work. The other thing is, you are going to love this. You don't know it yet, but you're going to love it. He's just confused right now. This is just something for you to lay on, buddy.
He likes soft things.
You do like soft things. The loft's going to be your new favorite spot.
He blends in.
I mean, finally, he's got some
traction.
Yeah, some purchase on something in the house, because the entire house is either wood or tile. So this is the biggest spot he's had where he can really grab onto something. He keeps flipping back and forth over and over. He's just so happy. This is easily his new favorite thing in the entire house. You almost had your tail, buddy. You gotta try a little harder. Oh, okay. So dinner tonight is it's certainly delicious looking. Now you have to let me know how it tastes.
It's good.
It's salmon and jasmine rice and Brussels sprouts, and Mal made more of that
Eel sauce.
eel sauce, and it is some of my favorite things. I've talked about it before, but I love just having just like a bowl of stuff, a starch, a veggie, and a protein. It's just, I love that. It's one of my favorite things. We've been working pretty hard upstairs, trying to get stuff all situated. I'm in the process of like moving equipment and things up there. So by the end of the night, the loft should be mostly set. I don't have to have it ready for tomorrow because breakfast stream isn't until Tuesday, but I'm trying to get it most of the way done, and seems like I will. A little bit of time later, and I am very proud to show the streaming room, or the streaming loft. Kep has been getting some enjoyment out of it as well. Things could shift a little bit. There was a whole thing where I wasn't sure if we were going to put the TV on this wall or the TV on this wall. And we ultimately decided, at least for now, to put it on that wall because, the Ethernet is being converted through that Mocha adapter, and the coax port is on that wall. So if we put it on that wall, we don't have to run a cable across the floor. Of course, then again, that may not really matter much because there's so many cables across the floor. It's kind of hard to, set this sort of thing up without having cables everywhere. We still have our stones to raise this up. There's a good chance in the future. I say good chance. We ordered it. We did an IKEA order. We ordered a different TV stand. So we're gonna have a different TV stand for sure. I think it'll just be tall enough, which is the thing that I'm hopeful for. So this is all going to be real temporary. But as a reminder, we have to bring it up a little bit because it needs the camera needs to be a certain height, so the TV needs to be taller than it, or else you can't see like the bottom part of the TV. This is further away. You might be able to tell on camera, but this is further away from the TV than we've ever been. And as a result, some of the stuff actually didn't reach. I have a really, really long cable, DisplayPort cable that I had to pull out because this has been within 6 feet of this, and now it's not. So I had to get a different cable out. So things are changing a little bit. You also see that we do have this other couch up here because I am hoping to do, streaming with other people. If we have folks around, I'd love to be able to include everyone as easily as possible. That's obviously not set up yet because that requires an audio solution. It requires a video solution too, but I suspect that the camera is probably, the lens is probably wide enough that I could just turn it and zoom it out and we'd be good. But figuring out the audio and then figuring out what I want to do for the lights is its own thing because, right now the lights are where they are for us. If we had other people here, like that starts to get a little more difficult. So I don't know. It's stuff that I don't have to figure out this second. And I have to keep remembering that because it helps me relax a little bit. I'm finally to this point, at least, right? And I haven't tested any of this stuff. I've only set it up, but tomorrow I'll do the testing, and then on Tuesday morning we should be good for breakfast stream. And I'm hopeful that things will be set enough that we can do Pokemon on Friday. Pokemon requires even more equipment because I have to set up another monitor. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I can figure it out. My big worry has been what the room will sound like. And it sounds pretty good. I mean, right now, it's still a little echoey. It's more echoey than our last place. But it sounds pretty good. Having this shag rug in here and then actually having all the stuff set up is helping a lot. So eventually I think what we're gonna do is we'll probably put like a runner down the hall, which will help a little bit. And, you know, instead of putting like traditional art stuff on the walls, we might do like some sort of tapestry or wall quilt or something. I don't know yet. And there's going to be more stuff in this room too, because ideally I'd really like to put like some game shelves and stuff behind us. So thinking about that and how I want to eventually get to that, that'll help with some of the audio too. So it's a work in progress, but at least this much is done. And now that I see it, I'm like, oh, cool. And my big worry about like, you know, would we be able to have a second couch up here? I mean, it's a tight fit. Originally, we had this moved forward and there was a corner piece. And like that is too much. That will not fit in here. That would have been cool, but that is too much space, or not enough space rather. So we're working with what we have. If I had my way, this room would be a little bit bigger and I would make it work, but it's fine. For now, I'm just happy to expand a little bit because this room is bigger than what we had before. And once I get it all set up, I'm thinking I'm going to be real happy with it. Yeah. All right. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?